Welcome to a new season of Junkyard Joust, everybody. This is Aaron Yonda, and I'm going to be bringing you all the action in this series of qualifiers that we're going to do to find our teams for this season of Junkyard Joust. There's 5 teams, but only 3 can qualify. Let's take a look at our competitors. First up is Batmobility, featuring the Batmobile, and the Batmobile, and the Batmobile, and the Batmobile, and the Batmobile. Junkyard Domestic Market, sponsored and created by AJ's Performance Tuning and Rod Throwing. Featuring the Skyline GTR, the 8.6, Honda NSX Type R, the Aquarium Truck, and the Sakura Sprinter, the heaviest vehicle we've ever seen on the track. Here's a tasty looking team, Fast Food, with the Roller Toaster, Buns of Steel, Street Wiener, the Carbonator, and Wonder Bread Truck. Next up, we've got the Speed Reapers with bonus implements, Desert Racer, Gray Ghost, Musha Motors, Snake Oiler, and GRX. Soylent Green is no longer people, it's cars. Featuring the Galant Eterna. Oh man, that's a beat up old car. The 1980 Corvette, Split Decision with wings, Super Tuned, and the 1965 Mustang. The rules for this qualifying match are pretty simple. We're going to go until there's 3 teams left. Any car that is sideways or upside down at the end of a round is eliminated. The order that the cars go down the track is determined randomly. Today, Junkyard Domestic Market gets to go first, and they've chosen to send down Aquarium Truck. That looks like a shark. There's a shark in this truck. And he's going to drive down the track and get into place. Well, looks like he's got kind of a light back. Could be interesting to see what happens here. Roller Toaster's up now for Fast Food. That's the fastest toaster I've ever seen. He slams into the back of Aquarium Truck and stays on the track. Snake Oiler for the Speed Reapers. And just like toast coming out of a toaster, Snake Oiler pops Roller Toaster up and off the track. Roller Toaster, however, is not finished. Aquarium Tank, it's iffy right now. Batmobile, if I'm not mistaken, this is the original Bat. The Batmobile hurls Snake Oiler off the track, but Snake Oiler just drives away safely. Split Decision for Soylent Green. Looks like he's chosen to go down the track with his doors up, maybe hoping that will give him some sort of strategic advantage or help him stay balanced. So far so good as he locks it in, and the Aquarium Tank just kind of gets more sideways. The Sakura Sprinter is 154 grams. It's so big it barely even fits on the track. Looks like some work was done on the sides. And a big hit on Split Decision. And what is going on with the back? There's a car inside the back of that truck, and it looks like it wants to come out. It looks like it wants to get down on the track, and that would be trouble considering what a low front end it's got. Looks like the Wonder Bread Truck's going to be the first vehicle to face off against this new secret weapon introduced by Junkyard Domestic Market. Oh, things do not go well for him. He hits the back end and just pops up in the air, bounces off, and heads for oblivion. It seems like maybe the ramp of that truck, too, is causing issues for vehicles. And look who's back on his very own team. It's Gray Ghost for the Speed Reapers. What just happened? Gray Ghost got hung up on the top of the track with those saw blades. So yeah, they're gonna have to remove those since they don't fit on the track and try this again. And Gray Ghost hits the back, kind of pushes into the back of the truck. And now another Batmobile. This Batmobile sends Gray Ghost flying up in the air, tumbling over the top of the Sprinter and landing right side up. Impressive recovery, and the back of the Sprinter is almost shut now. 1965 Mustang for Soylent Green going down with the hood up. Not sure if that helped, but it actually does seem to have done something. Batmobile's upside down right now. Honda NSX Type R for JDM. Good hit from the Honda. Tries to get the Mustang off the track, but doesn't quite have the power. The Carbonator for Fast Food. You remember the Carbonator from last season? Used to be on the Ketchup and Mustard team, now on the Fast Food team. Hopefully that'll work out better for him. Now, Desert Racer for the Speed Reapers has a couple of different implements attached to his car, and wow, did that one just prove successful. He basically grabs Carbonator and just chucks him over the back of that semi, and Carbonator is sideways, and Desert Racer's got a couple of prongs in the back of his car for the next car to deal with. Next car is going to be a Batmobile, sponsored by Brendan Walsh. The Batmobile slams into the back and actually pushes the other Batmobile right side up again. That was a great hit and actually saved one of his teammates. Super Tuned for Soylent Green. Super Tuned destroys the Speed Racer, puts him upside down off the track, and also tears one of the implements off of his car. The 8.6 is up next for Junkyard Domestic Market. The 8.6 goes down the track with his doors open. An interesting strategy there. Kind of slows him down, makes him less effective. I'm not really sure that worked. You might want to close those on your next run. Buns of Steel for fast food. Buns of Steel is a fast vehicle, plants himself in the back of 8.6, and Super Tuned is sideways. Musha Motors for the Speed Reapers. Musha slaps Buns off the track and settles into place. Batmobile for Batmobility. And this Batmobile, oh, Buns is pushed over, and that doesn't look good for him. Now it's the 1980 Corvette for Soylent Green, 44 grams, fairly heavy, and proves it by knocking two vehicles off the track. Super Tuned is probably done 8-6, protected by those doors. That may have been a good idea after all. And Skyline GTR for JDM. Skyline pushes Batmobile around, but doesn't really do a whole lot else. Batmobile pretty stable, staying up right there. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little hungry looking at this car. It's got a grill, a spatula, and it's a hot dog. Street Wiener speeds into the Skyline and gets a little bit underneath. This could set up some interesting possibilities. Now I'm really curious to see what the GRX for the Speed Reapers can do with those three-pronged claws. He does something, that's for sure. He claws the Street Wiener upside down, pushes him right over the top with those claws, and then he slides back into place. That was a really interesting use of those claws. I am looking forward to seeing what happens with these things. And now we've got another Batmobile. It's an odd-looking Batmobile. I don't recall that one myself. This particular Batmobile, whoa, I don't even know what happened there. It looks like he drove underneath the GRX and then makes his escape off to the left of the track. That was kind of amazing. Next up is the Gallant Eterna, sponsored by Too Cheap For You, Joey Gold. This car, does it even work anymore? I mean, look at that. It's a wreck. It should be in the junkyard. Whoa, that was fast and amazing. It totally sent the GRX flying over the top of the semi, and it lands right side up, but that was impressive for that old jalopy. And the Gallant Eterna is the final car for round one. Any cars that are sideways or upside down are eliminated. Let's take a look at the scoreboards. It looks like Junkyard Domestic Market did not lose a single car. They're going to gain 1 point for each surviving car. Batmobility and the Speed Reapers are looking solid with 4 cars left apiece and 4 points. Soylent Green and Fast Food are a little on the rocks right here. Fast Food lost 3 cars during that first round. It's going to be a bit of a struggle for them to stay in these qualifiers. JDM has 5 cars, so they'll automatically start first. It was randomly determined between Batmobility and Speed Reapers, and then we went down the list for Soylent Green and Fast Food based on the number of cars they had left. And of course, each team gets to choose the order they send down their own cars. JDM has chosen Aquarium Tank. Oh man, that is not a good position to be in on the track. Very vulnerable. I have a feeling the Batmobile's gonna bang pow him right off the track. And yep, he gets whammed right off the track, upside down. Oh man, I hope that there's no leaks in that tank. That shark would be in trouble. Looks like it's not leaking, and probably the shark is fine. That was a close call, but Aquarium Truck is definitely out. Gray Ghost is up. Gray Ghost has put the Batmobile out of commission. Upside down off the track. Bad news for the Batmobility team. Split Decision is up now, and his doors are up again. It worked last time, so why not? Split Decision doesn't do a whole lot, just pushes under Gray Ghost, but can't do anything beyond that. However, the impact pushes both of them way back on the track, and it's time for both of them to get toasted. Roller Toaster jams Split Decision upside down, and he takes flight bounces a little bit, lands over on the side, and I can't tell if I think he's sideways. Yep, he's on his side. The door stopped him from going upside down, but sideways is still out, so not a big help there. Sakura Sprinter is up for Junkyard Domestic Market. Here he comes with the secret weapon. And that was not a big hit at all. I think there was a lot of friction on the side of the truck with the track, and look who's peeking out there. Batmobile's gonna be the first to hit it. And oh boy, the Batmobile has unleashed the secret weapon. Things are about to start getting really interesting here, reminiscent of Creature from the Black Lagoon, and the Snake Oiler just drives right off the front. Very good move, just gets out of the way. He's like, I don't want to be there. I know what's gonna happen. I'm getting out of here. And the Gallant Eterna is up. First one to take the plunge, and wow, what a plunge it was! Look at that thing fly through the air and flawlessly lands right side up at the end of the track. Very forkliftian type of move, I'd say. Amazing recovery, just sitting there right by the crates, nestled in there. Perfectly safe, too. Great job by that old car. Street Wiener. Street Wiener goes flying up in the air, hits the crates, bounces upright. Great recovery. Good job so far by these cars. The Honda, not so good though. Honda goes upside down and does not recover. And ironically, JDM just eliminated their own car. So the secret weapon backfired a little bit. Let's put a name to this secret weapon. It is the Mazda 878B, a Japanese race car, but for the purposes of Junkyard Joust, it's going to be just treated as part of the Sakura Sprinter. And another Batmobile goes soaring over the top of the semi, flips and flops and flips and lands, I think, right side up. Wow, what a recovery. So far, the secret weapon for JDM has only eliminated their own guy. There's the Batmobile sitting there over in the corner. One of the nice things, though, about these qualifiers is that these teams get a chance to experiment a little bit, try things out, and see what works. Speaking of trying things out, here comes the GRX claws, and the claws do not do anything here, but they do keep the GRX upright. Let's take a look at this, and they hit the crates, bounce off the track, and I think he would have flipped over and been out if not for those life-saving claws. Congrats to him, a successful experiment there. The Corvette, being a little bit heavier, can't quite get over the top of the Sprinter and hits it, and that sends it flying. Maybe landed right side up. I actually can't see because the Sprinter's in the way. Let's get a close-up. And oh, yep, he's sideways right next to Evil Weevil. Oof, another casualty from the secret weapon in the back of that Sprinter. The 8.6, oh no, the 8.6 goes off the back and flips upside down. JDM has just eliminated another one of their own team. This is tragic. It flips upside down, so there were two mistakes made here. One was having the secret weapon out, probably, and the second was not having the doors open this time. Turns out, probably the doors would have saved this car from flipping over. Oops on that. Well, it's time for another Batmobile. Oh man, that Batmobile just went flying. I've never seen a car go that high, I don't think, before. That was way up there, and he landed it right side up. Incredible. Musha's up. Musha does the same thing and also manages somehow to recover. Just spins around and lands right side up. That's amazing. And we're up to the final car of this round. Will it be another mistake for JDM? And no, the Skyline manages to actually counteract their own secret weapon and stop safely on the track. That is going to be great for JDM. They were in trouble there. Looking at the aftermath, JDM did indeed eliminate two of their own vehicles. Plus Aquarium Truck was eliminated, so they are down to 2 now. Batmobility lost 1, Fast Food didn't lose any, Soylent Green is down to just the Gallant Eterna. A rough round for them, and Speed Reapers didn't lose a single car, which means that Speed Reapers are gonna be your new leaders in this match. It's round 2, so every surviving car is worth 2 points, and that puts them up to 12 with that 8-point gain. But of course, the only thing that really matters here is not being one of the 2 teams eliminated. 3 teams will qualify for Junkyard Joust tonight. Snake Oiler is up, gets into place. Oh, not a good place to be. Kind of slid off the edge of the track a little bit. Let's see if this low-flying Batmobile can take advantage of that. And it does. Goes underneath the car completely, flips him around several times, and puts him sideways down on the track. JDM decides to send down the Skyline. They're not going to deploy the big vehicle yet, and the Skyline knocks the Snake Oiler all the way across the field, right side up against the crates. The Speed Reapers are reminding me a little bit of the Silver Slivers with the kind of stuff they've been capable of doing. Silver Slivers, of course, have automatically qualified for the Junkyard Joust event, so they do not have to compete in the qualifiers. We'll see them later. Gallant Eterna, oh man, here comes this old jalopy again. Always curious to see what happens to this thing. Wow, that was a hit! Massive destruction to the roller toaster. Roller toaster is upside down, and he's stuck over there against the crates. It's Grey Ghost time. Grey Ghost cannot get the Eterna off the track. That car is stubborn. Time for another Batmobile. And the Batmobile knocks the Eterna all over the place, but that car just doesn't care. He just shrugs it off and bounces around a little bit, lands upright. Sprinter's up now, and it looks like they are going to try to deploy that Mazda out of the back again. Could be devastating if it manages to get out. Oh, wow. They just knocked one of the Batmobiles upside down on their way down, but the secret weapon did not deploy. Now it's the Street Wiener, sponsored by Willful Fiber Art. The Wiener pokes his head into the back of the Sprinter and can't get in there because there's already a car in there. So he sets his buns right back on the track. Should be interesting to see what Musha does in this situation. Musha tries to push the Wiener back in there again, and he gets pushed off the side of the track upside down. Oh, condiments spilled everywhere. You're not going to want to eat that. Batmobile hits Musha, gets him about halfway off the track, and takes the position behind Sprinter. Here comes the GRX. Let's see what those claws get up to this time. GRX pushes the Batmobile, actually does succeed in getting him into the back of Sprinter a little bit. Mush has moved off safely. And that was the last car of round 2. It looks like there were 3 eliminations. Unfortunately, 2 of them were on the fast food team. They are out of this qualifier. 1 Batmobile was eliminated for Batmobility. Points-wise, that gives Speed Reapers a pretty wide berth. Soylent Green is in imminent danger right here. They only have the 1 car. If that Gallant Eterna gets eliminated, then Soylent Green is out of this, and the qualifier is going to be over. Musha's going to start us off. Musha gets a little sloppy and is halfway off the track. We'll see how much that matters when this Batmobile hits the road. Batmobile sends it flying, and it did matter. Upside down, over in the tires. No recovering from that, I don't think. Skyline GTR. Skyline takes their place. Speed Reapers might be shown a crack in the armor here with the loss of that car. Here comes the Gallant. Can this green old heap of metal stay alive? That's the big question right now. So far, so good. Locks it in on the track, right behind the Skyline. GRX got the claws. Could be trouble for the Gallant. The claws are not trouble. Amazing. Flips the car over, pops him off the track, and he just lands right side up. Get your claws off me, you young whippersnapper, he says, and pushes him way back down the track. And now the Sakura Sprinter is going to hit him in the middle of the track. Let's see what happens when this huge vehicle collides with the GRT. And a huge hit, and somehow the GRT recovers from that? I don't even know how that's possible. He flips over a couple of times, lands upright, and starts poking at the Gallant again. No Mazda deployed this time. Snake Oiler's going down for the Speed Reapers. Snake Oiler cannot do much there, just kind of props himself up on the track. Could be a perilous position. Let's see what the Batmobile can do with that. And the Batmobile sends him up in the air. Wow, look at the spinning move he makes there. Somehow lands upright right on his teammate. Grey Ghost, final car for this round. Grey Ghost doesn't do much except push the Batmobile into the back of the truck. I don't think anybody was eliminated. Oh, wait a second, I forgot about Musha Motors over there in the tires. Yeah, Musha is definitely eliminated, and that is going to be the only one for this round. Speed Reapers are now down to 3, but as long as there's more than 3 teams, we keep going. Speed Reapers have a healthy lead right now. I think the Speed Reapers are really proving themselves in this qualifier. They're going to be a team that the other teams are going to have to keep an eye on. and try to figure out how they're going to deal with them. They've got a good offense, they've got good balance, and they've got those implements that really make them something special. And I think what JDM is going to try to do right now with the Sprinter is get that secret weapon out there and try to cause some trouble, but it doesn't deploy. And that's a problem. If they want that car to deploy properly and really be a hassle for the other teams, they're gonna have to figure out how to make it deploy once they head down the track. Batmobile hits the back of it, gets off the track, is looking fine. The Gallant is up next. Look at this car. And the Gallant smacks into the back of the Sprinter. Doesn't get very far, just sits on the track. Gray Ghost. Oh boy, could this be it? The Gallant is off the track, but he's still surviving. That car does not want to go. And you can tell by the condition it's in. Oh no! The Gallant has been flipped upside down by the skyline, and that, folks, is probably going to be the end. There's 2 cars left here, and if neither of them turns the Gallant over, then this qualifier is over, and we've got our 3 teams. The Batmobile just wreaks havoc on the skyline, and the skyline is out. He's upside down, and he's not coming back from that. You know, if the GRX could somehow take out the Sprinter right here, that would be another elimination, but nope, that didn't happen. The GRX, though, gets another chance to show off. Amazing survival right there. Totally right side up. That car is something else. And with the elimination of the Eterna, Soylent Green is out. Junkyard Domestic Market hangs on with the Sprinter. I'm actually wondering if it's going to be possible for anyone to eliminate that thing. There's got to be some cars that can do it, but man, it is a big vehicle and hard to get off the track. Here are your final point tallies. The Speed Reapers, sponsored by Attempted Despot, have claimed first place in this qualifier, and Batmobility second, Junkyard Domestic Market third. They're all 3 going to qualify for the Junkyard Joust. Congratulations to all 3 teams. We'll see you next time for another qualifier and find out who the next 3 teams are going to be that move on. Consider becoming a patron of Junkyard Joust. You'll be able to see all the new cars I get, all the upcoming teams, and you can even sponsor a car if you like. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon.